Hello. I would like to talk today about not only presence but attention and contemplation. But before I do it, I would like to do one practice that I hope it will help us to focus. So please find a comfortable position. It doesn't have to be like this. You can sit on a chair, on a couch. You can be against the wall or in your bed. But it has to be a comfortable position, but also a healthy one. You don't need anything for this practice, just your hands, both hands, because we use both hands, specifically fingers, and our breath. It's a very gentle kind of guided meditation that helps you to focus, to get attention, and to go back to the present moment. It's very easy, simple, and you can usually use it anytime you need to refocus. So we will sit and we'll place our hands like this, like doing fist with our hands. And then we'll breathe one full breath, inhalation and exhalation, and you count with the thumb, 1. Another full breath, the index finger. Another full breath, middle finger. On your left hand only, or right one, the one that you started. Another full breath, ring finger, and another full breath, the pinky. And then you continue with the other hand. Once you have the 10 fingers and your hands are open, you start going back. First, the thumb on the second hand, index, middle, ring, pinky, and then the other hand. But always, every one full breath. So let's start together. Place your hands, make a fist. It doesn't have to be tense, you don't have to hit anyone. Relax, fist. Close your eyes, chin slightly to your chest. Make sure your back is not tense. Make sure your worries weight. Smile gently. Breathe normally a couple of times. Doesn't have to be deep. Just be aware of your breath. And now we start. One full breath. Thumb goes out. Finger, index finger. Middle finger. Ring finger. little finger. The other hand, thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, backwards. One full breath. Little finger, ring finger, middle finger, index finger, thumb, the other hand, little finger, ring finger, middle finger, index finger, thumb. Now breathe normally. We're going to deepen a little bit our breath. Hands go back to the fist position. But now when we inhale, we open completely both hands. Like breathing with the hands. And when we exhale, we make a fist. And try to slow down your breath. So longer inhalation and longer exhalation. Breathe in and open. Breathe out, close. In, open. Out, close. In, hands open. Out, hands close. Two more, your own rhythm. we're going to add the arms. Hands go in front of your, just below the belly button together. Hands like this, like the Zen meditation position. And when we inhale, we open and rise. And when we exhale, we pull hands down, twist, and finish the exhalation where you started. Inhalation, open and rise. Exhalation, come back. Like your whole body breathing. Two more. And now just relax your hands wherever they feel right. Chin slightly to the chest, remember. The eyes can be closed or open. And breathe. And listen. A nice walk on the mountain. A nap on a Sunday afternoon. The smell of coffee in the morning. A glass of cold water on a hot evening. A warm shower on winter. Sunrise on the beach. sunset on the desert. The first accords of the song you love. Cooking a cake at home. A cup of tea. The sound of a bell in a village. Silence after the sound of a bell in a village. Sandbath on winter. Walking barefoot. Eating when you're hungry. Drinking when you're thirsty. The birds singing. The sound of the rain. Waking up late. Waking up early. A hug from someone you love. Playing cards with friends. this is life. This is where life happens. Many times we're trying to find the extraordinary, something unique, something special, something that we can share, that we can become viral, something that happens once in a lifetime. And we're so desperate to look for these extraordinary things that we forget about the ordinary things, which is where life actually happens. There is something interesting about this, because in order to enjoy these ordinary things that happen every day, we have to be there. I'm pretty sure that when I was saying all these just normal, average things, at least in one or two of them, you had nice memories and you could connect with one or several moments in your life where you actually felt happy with these experiences and these moments. And these are things that happen every single day. But most of the time we're just lost trying to find something else. Because we all love sunrise and sunsets, and there's a sunrise and a sunset every day, unless it's cloudy. But we don't look, or we don't experience or have time to go to enjoy a sunrise or a sunset every day. And sometimes we don't see a sunrise in years. We know how good it is to drink a glass of water when you're thirsty, or to eat when you're hungry. We all have enjoyed a lot of walks in the mountain, in the park, in the city, and we walk every day, but we're not there every day. There are a few concepts that are important nowadays. The first one is attention. Attention is something that can happen automatically. There's a noise and all of a sudden your attention goes there. There's a sign, there's a news, there's a song, there's a movement, the attention goes there. It's something that it just happens. But nowadays we have so much stimulus competing for this attention that our attention, it goes in several directions. It's never focused in just one. So our body is here, but our mind is there and there and there and there and there and there at the same time. So we're not really living nor enjoying what's in front of us. And attention can go even to things that are not real. You watch a movie yesterday and you can be thinking about something that happened in the movie, so your attention goes there, and at the same time listening to a song, and the attention changes. It splits dramatically. So the attention is kind of the motivator. The attention goes to somewhere, but then you can stay there, or you can just don't pay attention, and then the attention will keep moving. It's like everything else. If you take care of it, you nourish it, the attention will grow. If you neglect it, the attention will become broken in 100 pieces. And when it's broken in 100 pieces is when we don't have a mindful experience on anything. The attention, it points you towards one direction. And then you can stay there out of effort. That's called concentration. Or you can fully melt into it. That's a state of flow. The difference is important, but both are necessary in different times. But when the attention becomes pure, it changes and it becomes contemplation. Contemplation is when your whole body, senses, mind, heart, and soul is actually onto something, but it does not want to possess it, change it, understand it, or use it. It just admires it. It's when beauty happens. You can see a beautiful landscape, a beautiful building, a beautiful painting, or a beautiful person. But if you just see it from your mind in a fragment of time, of your attention, you can say, oh, it's beautiful. But actually you didn't experience beauty. But when you contemplate, when your attention is there and it doesn't want to go anywhere else, and you just admire, then you have the feeling of beauty. And that's presence. Is when you are there, is when you really enjoy a landscape or a building or looking at someone or a painting. But you have to be there. When we talk about meditation, mindfulness, or presence, many people believe these are just techniques to have less stress or anxiety or sleep better or even be happier. But these are not techniques. It's a way of living. And in my opinion, it's the only way of living. When you are there, when you are fully there, you enjoy, you contemplate, you are really living. But when you are in a room, but your mind is wandering around, the difference is important, because when you're mindful, experiencing mindfully something, this gets in, you'll remember it, you'll have it forever. But if you're just physically in a place but you're not mindfully there, it will just disappear like it never happened. It's just a matter of time. And it will not transform you. Just, if you want, close your eyes. Since you're born, you have eaten many times, hundreds of times. You had been probably to many, many, many different restaurants all over the world, for lunch, for dinner, alone, with friends, with people, with colleagues. Hundreds of times. You don't remember all of them, it's just not possible. But I'm pretty sure that if you close your eyes, and if I tell you, remember one of the best experiences that you had in life, eating. I don't say the most expensive one or the more bizarre one or no. The one that it brings back a smile on your face. Just close your eyes and try to remember, connect. And one of the best moments around a table, eating, that you experience in your life. Maybe one, maybe few, maybe several. But there are many, many, many more that are completely forgotten. And the ones that come, it is because you were there. Something happened with someone, but you were there. When you have seen something very unique in your life, I can remember a couple of really special sunrises, and some others I don't. And some I remember exactly how I missed them, even if I was there. I remember, especially once, it was more or less about this time, about June. I was running by the beach and it was really an amazing sunrise. And there were many people running. I wasn't the only one. So I stopped and I decided to record it. And I remember seeing people recording it. It was really nice. It was good to post. And I remember that next to me there was this man looking at it without the phone. And I felt that he was really, really experiencing the beauty of the sunrise. I did not this one. I remember that I was running back and I was thinking, I missed it just because I wanted to share it. And it taught me a lesson because I remember another time, it was just the first day that we could go out to run after all this pandemic experience that we had in 2020. And that was a really beautiful sunrise. And I remember sitting there and watching sunrise, and it was like, wow, it's really, really beautiful. And I remember the feeling more than the image. If we really want to live our life, we have to live our life, not to be thinking how to live our life or how our life will be in some time in the future or how a life was. And we definitely have to stop looking for the extraordinary because 99% of things that happen in our life are very ordinary but beautiful. Because yes, once in your life you go to an amazing place, or you're doing yoga next to elephants, or you, I don't know, see a sunrise in the dunes of the Sahara once, twice in life. But you're just having breakfast at home 1,000 times. So if you want to put some effort into enjoying something, my advice would be put efforts into enjoying your breakfast because you will do it 1,000 times in your life. And if you teach yourself how to be there and how to enjoy a nice breakfast, probably if one day you're doing yoga next to elephants, you'll know how to be there. Otherwise, if you learn how to do things fast and think about other stuff, one day you'll be doing yoga next to elephants, and instead of enjoying the experience, you will be thinking about your next trip or experience or the thing that you want to do, and you'll miss it. The thing is that our body being in one place doesn't mean that we're actually experiencing that. We really need to be there completely. So try to teach yourself some attention. When we started the practice, I started with something very simple, like you breathe and you move one finger and then another one and then another one and then another one and then another one. Why do we do that? Because if I ask you just sit, you're at home, close your eyes and breathe, unless you're a well-experienced practitioner, you'll start thinking, your mind will start wandering, and you will not have the experience of being focused. Maybe you like the silence or the quietness, or maybe the day was a bit long, so you enjoy resting a bit. But for many people, It's not pleasant, it's just thinking. Because the attention goes in, oh, I'm free. So I can think about food, or I can think about this weekend, or I can think about what happened yesterday. But when we add something specifically, move your finger and breathe, you have to be focused, otherwise you can get lost. It's very simple, it's not complicated, but you can't be thinking about what you're going to do this weekend. So that teaches you how to be present and how to guide your attention into something. Because in order to guide your attention into something, you have to reject the other things. If I want to be focused on what I'm doing, or talking to you, or having a coffee with you, I have to stop talking to the other people. And I'm pretty sure that you experienced being with someone, having a conversation that for you was important, and you saw the other person just checking briefly her phone. And sometimes they even say, I'm listening to you, but all of a sudden you felt it. There is a disconnection. There's something that's missing. You cannot blame them because everybody does this, but there is something you don't want to keep explaining to the other person, because you feel that she's not really interested, or she doesn't value what you're going to say. You experience that, and it's not pleasant. And the other person has a feeling that she's doing something right. It's like, I'm listening to you, I'm just checking because I'm waiting for an email. But I know that now everything needs to be done as fast as possible, done, check. But that's not how you experience things. If you have a conversation, have a conversation. If you're listening to someone, listen. Focus on listening, focus on understanding, which is the main goal of listening. Giving the space the other person to explain something. Maybe she doesn't want an answer. Maybe she just wants to share something with you. But we don't listen the other person in order to understand them or just to be there for them. We listen, and while we listen, we are preparing our answer, the solution of their problem that they never ask. We interrupt. We run into fast conclusions, really fast. We want to end the conversation, but that's not listening. And the other person can feel it. And the same with talking. We talk a lot. We don't communicate a lot. And in general, talking is to communicate something. But many times we don't say what we want to say. If you want to communicate something, I am happy, I am glad to be here. Just need to say, I am happy and I'm glad to be here. But instead of this, we say many other things. Sometimes we just talk not to be silent because we find it uncomfortable or weird, or we don't feel comfortable. We don't feel comfortable in the silence. So when you talk with someone, it's because you want to communicate something. You want to share something. It doesn't have to be something deep, but it's just a pleasant moment. It's trying to do what you're doing instead of trying to be everywhere else, instead of trying to finish everything. There's kind of a feeling now that you have to finish things fast. Even when we're in holidays and we travel and we go to, doesn't matter. Instead of enjoying our time, we do many things. It's like check. And then you have many pictures, but so little experiences. I'm not against pictures, I really like taking pictures, but the experience is always better. And actually, for me to take a picture of something is trying to catch the experience that I had. The thing is that if we do not train that, it will not happen. The same way that if you don't study Korean, you will never speak Korean. It's not something that will happen eventually. We have to train how to be present, we have to train how to be there. And that's what, beyond meditation, beyond mindfulness, and beyond all these practices, you're teaching yourself not how to sit and how to be able to be there 30 minutes or 40 minutes breathing and looking cool and even taking pictures of yourself. No. We sit on meditation, we focus on our breath, because we're teaching ourselves how to live. Because if you master this, if you eventually master this, if you eventually master your capacity to sit silently and breathe in and out, this will contaminate every single action of your life. When you hug, when you walk, when you cook, when you do everything. And the experience will be completely different. It will transform your life. You will have the same life, but you will have a completely radical different experience. That's why we do that. Not to become enlightened or something, to learn how to live fully. So just sit once more. Now close your eyes and focus your attention on your breath. Not to change it, to see that you're breathing. How the breath is happening, even though you're busy with something else, even though you're sleeping, even though you're distracted, you're always breathing. It is the best anchor. It brings you back to the present moment. So observe the inhalation, the exhalation, and also the spaces between them both. Because as the breath is always there, you can always, at any time, no matter what happens, you can always come back to it. And it teaches you a very deep lesson. Your breath is only important now. The air that you had 10 years ago doesn't matter. It doesn't keep you alive right now. You need the air now. You need to breathe now. Sometimes we're too busy trying to find happiness that we forgot that we already have happiness. Because an inner sense of peace, balance, is never about what you have, you do, you say. It's about how you experience that. You can get distracted, but use your breath to come back. It doesn't matter how many times you get lost. It matters that you always come back to the right path. And the right path is you and is the present. If you want, you can put a bell on your phone every 1, 2 hours. And every time that you hear the bell, you stop and ask yourself, where is my mind right now? Just ask this question. Now place one hand on your chest. I can't because I have the microphone. The other one on your belly. Connect with your body. And ask one single question. How do I feel? If you're hungry, now when we finish, and if you can, go and eat. If you're tired, if you can, rest. If you need a shower, and if you can, take a shower. If you feel somehow emotional, take some time to be with yourself. Allow it to be, take care of it. Try to connect with the sensations of the body. Understand the language of the body. Because there's something very interesting and beautiful in the body. It speaks the language of the present moment. The mind travels a lot through fantasies, dreams, melancholy, future plans. It's always wandering past, future, future, past. But the body carries everything, but it carries and it talks on present tense. What happens, happens now. So the mind can tell you, oh, I want to run a marathon, and the body knows that you can't. It's important to listen to the body, to understand its language, not to criticize the body, because it only tells you the truth, and it will help you to be in the present moment. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for practicing. If you have any question, if you want to share anything, you want to contact me, you can send me an email. You have the email on the description, or a WhatsApp, or if you're in Barcelona, invite me a cup of tea. I'm happy drinking a cup of tea. You can also find me on kisetsu.as, my website. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a lovely evening if you're in Europe, a lovely day if you're on the other side of the ocean. Thank you very much.